Hi everyone, Maika here with another topic that is very close to my heart, and that is finding our passion and purpose in life. We don't want to just survive with the help of our job. We want to thrive. And there are so many misconceptions out there about how we can find our passion and purpose that they can really hold us back from thriving. So what I want to do in this video is bust these misconceptions to help you clear your path towards your passion. Let's get started right away with misconception number 1. And that is that finding our passion is something that happens to us. What I mean to say with this is that our passion is more of a choice than a discovery. And if we are under this first misconception, it means that we are in a waiting position, that we are passive, that we think that one day we will just stumble upon our passion. And the only thing we can do right now is to wait until that fine day comes. But this is actually a great obstacle on our path to our passion. We can find our passion by becoming proactive, by making decisions. Feeling passionate about something is actually a muscle that we need to train regularly. And discovering our purpose or having this connection to something and feeling that it's our purpose is not something that suddenly will appear before us like a finely crafted ornament. Rather, it's an ornament that we have to craft ourselves. So feeling passionate and purposeful about something in our life is not a switch that suddenly turns itself on. And if you want to dwell further on this, I encourage you to talk to some people that you know who feel that they have found their passion or are pretty close to it. And then ask them how they got there. And I'm pretty sure the story will go something like this. Well, I wasn't really sure, and I gathered some experiences, did some internships. Then I decided that I had some potential for this, I had interest in it, and it was something that will be needed by others also. So I developed my potential, I fine-tuned my skills, I gathered more experiences, I looked into different areas where this skill was being applied and different work environments. I found out which work environments and applied areas work for me and which don't. And now that's how I ended up here, feeling like I've come pretty close to or even found my purpose and passion. So it's really important, if you want to find your passion, to make choices, become active, develop your potentials and skills, learn, grow, make experiences, and then you can slowly come closer and closer to it. Misconception number 2, we have to find the one passion. So if we're under this misconception, we have the idea that there is one passion for us out there, one option, and we have to find it. And this is something that I don't really believe in. I believe that we have the potential for many different kinds of passions, and that there are some that are a better fit for us and others that are not. And what we can do is become active and gather experiences to find out which are the ones that have a better fit and which are the ones that don't. So by, for example, doing an internship or just getting started in any way of getting to know this potential passion better, we can gain clarity about if this could be a good fit for us. And if we think about it, let's imagine we do find the one passion. Is it likely that this is going to stay our passion for the rest of our lives? I mean, we have the potential to grow and evolve so much. And ideally, our passion and purpose in life can evolve and grow with us also. So it's likely that the job you start out at the beginning of your career will not be the exact same job or activity that you'll have at the end of your career. Misconception number 3, I have to be 100% certain. If we're under this misconception, we think that before we can get started pursuing our passion or purpose in any direction whatsoever, we have to be 100% sure that this is the exact right fit for us. And that's another unrealistic expectation. Even if we do all the research that we can, before we've actually experienced something, we can never be 100% sure. So don't put yourself under this unrealistic pressure of having to be 100% sure before getting started. It's natural to not be 100% sure, actually. It's about developing the capacity to deal with this uncertainty while pursuing our passion. And of course, we can do research, we can gather experience in internships. But in the end, before we get started, and even if we're on our way, 100% clarity and certainty is something that is extremely rare, if not even impossible. So learn to become fine with that extra amount of uncertainty that's just always there, no matter what we do. And a more helpful mindset is to say, let me just try this. I've done all the research I could. I've gathered a few experiences. The stakes seem pretty high that I will thrive at this. Let me see how it goes. And in 3 or 6 months, I can reevaluate. And if it didn't work out, I can reorientate myself. Misconception number 4, my true passion is something that is only fun and easy. Here's the truth. Every job, every passion, every purpose has aspects that are hard and not fun. So no matter what you decide to go for, it's important to develop the skill of sticking with our goals, even when it gets hard, to be perseverant, to make choices for our long-term goals, not for short-term comfort. So just because something's easy is not a sign that this is your passion. For example, when I started studying psychology, the first course that I had at 7:30 in the morning was math. And that wasn't easy, and it wasn't the greatest fun I've ever had. But in hindsight, I see that it was actually an important part of the syllabus for a psychologist that bases their knowledge on science. So no matter what you're looking into at the moment, if there are aspects that are hard or not fun, that does not have to be a red flag. That does not mean that this is not a good fit for you or the path to your passion and purpose. Misconception number 5, I have to be perfect for my passion. When we get started at something, it's natural that we're not going to be good at it. And pursuing our passion actually means to develop a skill also. And pursuing our passion and purpose has such a great potential to change us, to elicit growth, if we're ready for it. And in that way, we can become the person that we want to be for our passion and purpose. Now, I'm not saying that anyone can do anything, obviously, but what I am saying is that we have a far, 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 far greater potential for growth and change than we usually assume. Another example from my own life, I was not born a natural speaker, and it's a skill that I still work on continuously. When I went to school, I dreaded presentations like most students. I was afraid that I would forget what I wanted to say. I felt awkward being in the center of all of the attention. And as a teenager, some adults actually discouraged me from wanting to become a speaker because I was so shy when I met strangers. Later in college, I discovered that I had some fire for working with groups, for speaking, and I wanted to develop this potential, so I started working on it. And in the same way, you can work on yourself and grow and become the person that you need to be to develop the skills that you need to have for your passion and purpose. Like Albert Einstein said, I am not very gifted. I am only passionately curious. Misconception number 6, what I really want is impossible. Often we're afraid of admitting to ourselves and others what we really want to pursue. We have the fear that if we actually commit to it, It'll make us unhappy because it won't happen. And there are different beliefs behind this fear. It could be that we have low self-confidence, or we believe that we are not someone who can actually make things happen, or we believe that everyone would follow the same passion if they allowed themselves to dream big, and that only the really good ones will succeed and not everyone can actually follow this inner calling. And I belong to those people who have to settle for less and just choose a job that is focused on making money. So if you notice that you have this fear, misconception mindset, find out which of these beliefs is behind it for you and transform it. Become aware of your ability to make things happen. Become aware of your ability to grow and learn. Become aware that your inner calling is very unique. If we all allow ourselves to follow our inner calling, to pursue our passion and purpose and dreams, we will not end up all doing the same thing. That's why it works out. And in the end, unless we've tried it, how will we ever know if it's going to work out or not? So allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to envision and plan a future that leads you towards your dream. I'd like to end this video with a quote by George Bernard Shaw. He said that life is not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself. I hope there was something in this video that gave you a new perspective on this whole topic of finding your purpose and passion. And if you're taking something from this, please leave a like. Remember to subscribe if you want to receive more content like this. Thanks for joining me. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.